Today, let's talk about how to pick the right software. Let's chat. What's up, Automator? It's Justin, founder of AutomationMaster.net, here to help you automate your business, master your destiny, and of course, maximize that impact. And if you're a coach, speaker, or trainer, I want you to be able to save time and generate more revenue. And we're in part, I believe, 4 of this next level coaching series. And of course, if you're brand new to coaching, you're just starting out, these things are useful. But I also want to talk to you folks who have a coaching business, you have an online business, and you're just trying to take things to the next level. Some of the questions I get, no matter whether you're new or you've been in it for a while and you're just not tech savvy, is what tool do I use for my business? At the end of the day, and I'm sorry to disappoint, there's no one tool that is right for everyone. And so what I have to give you and what I have to tell you without having context is I can tell you A, what I enjoy, or at least B, I'm going to tell you the things that you should think about when picking your tools or swapping tools. Guess another thing that I often see. So 1, let's talk about how you pick tools and what you need. So we went in an earlier step, and if you haven't checked that step out, I believe it was video number 2. We talked about mapping out your business. And in that, so you set up the process and the journey that you want to see. Every step of that journey has an action or something that needs to happen. And so you need to look at that and then figure out, what tools fit into that. And so now that you've mapped things out, it makes it easy for you to think about the tools. And so the first thing I have to ask you is, 1, when you're looking for a tool, does it accomplish the thing that you want to happen in that map, first and foremost? And then 2, does it accomplish more than one thing on that map? Like, does it go through and help you with more than one step? If it does, then it's something you should consider. So that's 1. 2, does it fit your budget? So I know there are plenty of tools that do everything, but is it within your budget? Is it at the top of your budget? Are you over leveraging yourself? Are you overspending? At the end of the day, when you're running a business, you need to be making money and spending as few amount of dollars as possible. And that is the way to make more money. So many folks are like, hey, you can make millions and sit on the beach. Like, no, part of business is just, if I spend $100 a month and I make $500 a month and I reduce that cost to $50 a month, I've now made an extra $50. It doesn't seem like that makes a big difference, but for larger businesses and for you may be wasting an extra $200 to $300 a month that you could be using on some other thing, on an ad, on a part-time employee, right, on another tool, whatever that thing is. You need to look at your map and look at the potential tools, right? So you can go Google them and do some price comparisons. See what is in your price range. Okay, so budget is the second part. The third part is, does it fit your skill level? At the end of the day, a tool could do everything under the sun. It could be the greatest thing on earth, but it may not be easy enough for you to manage. So at the end of the day, if you can't use its full potential, then it's really not worth it anyway. I see this all the time. Folks are like, Justin, I want to get Infusionsoft or Keap. First off, it's way too expensive. And second off, it's probably way too complicated. So you went and spent all this money and then they never use it. I've had this happen a number of times. They go out and get this expensive thing and they never use it, right? They never use it. Or they're like, hey, I want to get WordPress because it's free. But then they don't understand like how plugins work and how you have to upgrade your site and how there's certain security you have to update. They don't even know that there's an option of managed hosting. Like, they don't even understand these things. So they go get a free WordPress site, pay $10 a month for hosting, and they call it a day. And they call and I see they're like, yeah, Justin, I don't know what I was doing. Like, I don't know what you were doing either. Because they picked the tool that was more complicated. It may have saved you money. So on the flip side, just because you want to save money, it's not always worth it if it's going to be too much of a headache for you to manage down the line. So that is the other way to look at it. The fourth thing I want to talk to you about is if you already have a set of tools, right? So look at your current set of tools. Can it accomplish certain steps of the journey already? And ask yourself, is switching going to be worth it in terms of the time it's going to take to learn the new platform, the time it's going to take to move your current information over to the new platform? Does it save you a massive amount of money that makes those last two things worth it? Does it save you a massive amount of time that makes those first two things worth it? And does it give you some other function or feature in your map that makes those other two things worth it? Or is it better for you just to stick with it? And then now you're adhering to the principle of the last video that I talked about, which was just being able to get started faster. So I know many of you will spend forever trying to research the perfect tool, but at the end of the day, the one that you have right now may be the best thing for you. You may not need some other fancy tool. You may not need some other fancy plugin. You may not need some other fancy platform. You may just need to get started with what you have now. So I have to give any principle in terms of what things you should consider when getting your next tool, then those are the things. Again, look at budget. Look at how it fits your Mac. Can it do more than one thing on your Mac? That ultimately makes it better. Do you already have a tool that gets those things done? Is it worth the switch? These are all things you should consider. Now, if you want to know, Justin, what do you use in your business? Right now, there are really some key things that I use, and I make my life simple, at least for how my main process functions, right? So folks can go to automatewithease.com. It takes you to a ClickFunnels page. ClickFunnels is connected to ActiveCampaign. You get a booking option on there through a Book Like a Boss is the tool I use there. And when you check out, I have a software system called Sunrise, right, that I can go on and invoice people, and it's connected to Stripe. That's it. I can build a membership in the back end of ClickFunnels. I got other platforms. My website's up on WordPress, so that's a whole other deal, right? That's not necessary, okay? So that's a bonus, right? You can technically have a website up in ClickFunnels. It won't be amazing, but you can. That's really what I call my tech stack. It's the certain tools that I use in my business at the core of it, right? There are other things that I use, but those are the things at the core that are relevant to you. So what tools do you currently use in your business? Let us know in the comments below. Don't be afraid. And again, if you want to speak to us, want to learn more about automating your business and putting everything together, go to automatewithease.com and just access the free training, and then of course you'll get a chance to speak to us if that's what you want to do. I'll see you all in the next video. Make sure you share this with a friend, family member, or a foe. Could need this information too. I appreciate you and all that you do, and I'll see you in the next one. And as usual, treat each day as a building block to a better future. Peace.